Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Mermaid Panda. My name is Mishka. Today we're going to be reviewing how to do your brows. You're going to need a chisel tip angled brow brush as well as a brow comb, brow brush. Just something that you can actually brush the little hairs. So you could use this or you could use a spoolie. The first step that we're going to cover is brow shape. It's just as important as actually learning how to shade your brows and fill them in. Basically, you'll take whatever brush or a pencil or a pen or anything that you have that's straight, thin, and long. And what you're going to see is that your eyebrow needs to start right where the inner corner of your eye begins. So if you line them up just like this, that's where your brow needs to begin. Okay? Anything further into here and you're going to look like you have a unibrow. And anything further out to here and you're going to look like there's just way too much space between your eyebrows. So it needs to be right here. This is the perfect area to start your brow. The next step is finding your arch. A lot of people have rounded brows and they're like, well, I don't have an arch. You still have to have some sort of definition even though you have rounded brows. So you need to know where your brow needs to start tapering off. So in that case, right from the corner of your nose, angle the brush towards your eyeball and up towards your eyebrow. From the corner of your nose, going upwards, your pen or brush will land right where your arch needs to be, which is, mine is right here, as you can see. So from the corner of your nose to here, right across the iris. Okay? And then the end of your eyebrow, you don't want them to be way over here, and you also don't want them to end right here. Okay, so the perfect place to end your brow is, again, from the tip of your nose on the side right here, and you're going to line up your brush with the outer corner of your eye. Okay, so that's going to give you a guideline of where your eyebrow should end. Okay, so now that we know the basics of brow shape and length and where the arch should be, we can get started on defining the actual brow. My eyebrows are pretty full for the most part. I do have a couple of bald spots, being like right here and some area here and in here somewhere. You can use all sorts of different products. I prefer to use Limelight by Alcone's eyeshadow in the shade Taupe for the Best, which is number 40. This is shade 40, and this is the color. It looks really light, but once you apply it, it actually blends with my eyebrows really well. So I prefer to use this eyeshadow and set it with a setting spray, and it stays on all day. It never rubs off or anything like that. There's people that prefer to use eyebrow pencils, which is fine as well. I have used one in the past. As you can tell, it's all worn out. So I don't even remember what brand this is, but it's got one end that has the actual brow liner and then another end where you can smudge it to blend it all in. And then other people prefer to use pomades or like a wax-based type of formula in order to shade their brows. Like I said, everybody has their own personal preference. Mine is eyeshadow. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my angle brush into the eyeshadow just slightly. And like I said, we're going to mark the beginning of the eyebrow, which is going to be, for me, right here. this is where my eyebrow should begin. Okay, and you can see that just fine. Alright, and I'm going to dip again. And this time we're going to define the lower part of the brow. Okay, so I'm going to go right along where my hair starts to grow, just to define where the brow should be. Okay, and I apologize if you see me looking over. My monitor is over here, so I just want to make sure that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, and I dipped it again, and I'm gonna go now and define the lower portion of my eyebrow in the outer corner, just like that. Okay, now for the top part, same thing. You don't want to overline the brow, which means like lining it above where the hair grows, because you also don't want them to look unnaturally thick. So you want to go precisely where the hair grows. Okay. Right there, and that's my arch right here. I know you guys can tell because I have really sharp arches. And then one more time, dip the brush and do the top of the outer part of the brow. Okay, so now we have a typical outline for where your brow is going to be, and now we can start shading. Typically you want to shade darker in the middle. Now I don't use two colors, but you can. And then you want to start getting lighter as you get towards the outer corners. Okay, same goes with the inner part of your eyebrow here. You want to make sure that you start off dark here and you blend it outwards to like a natural gradient so that it's not super dark here. Now if it does get too dark, I have a way to fix it. That's what our spoolie or brow brush is for. Okay, that about does it for this eyebrow for me. My eyebrows are shaped pretty well. Thank you to my eyebrow goddess that works wonders on my eyebrows. So we're going to take the brow brush or spoolie, whatever's available to you. And like I said, if it's a little bit too dark here, you can just go and kind of brush it out. And now it's a little bit less defined in the middle area, so it's not too bold of a beginning. And then just brush the brow in the natural way your hairs grow, and there you have it. Yep, there's a brow. The main reason you want to do your eyebrows like when you're doing your makeup is because you want to frame your face. I have a very round face, so I like my brows to be arched and pointy to kind of bring the face in and not accentuate the round shape of my face. Same goes with your contour. If you have a round face like I do, you don't want to contour in like a semicircle type of motion. You want to do a straight, sharp corner so that way it brings your face in and your face doesn't look as round. You can see how annoyed I am right now, right? Yeah. So while I was editing my video, I realized that the last 2 to 3 minutes of my video are just gone. I'm pretty sure my camera just decided to stop recording just because it felt like it. So I did want to at least film a little portion just to thank you guys for watching, and I really hope that this tutorial was helpful and educational for those of you who are trying to learn how to do your eyebrows correctly. Go ahead, don't forget to subscribe and click the little notification bell right next to it so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.